Hey guys, welcome to another Python tips and tricks video. This time we're going to learn nested functions or functions inside functions in Python. Python is a really nice language. It's a functional programming language and it has so many features. One of these useful features is this idea of declaring or having functions inside functions. Just when we use them, we need to pay attention to two things: to variable scoping, so how far we can access variable, and the idea of the variable lifetime. So the inner functions that we have, how long do they live, and when we can and cannot actually use them or access them, as we will see in this example that we have here. So in my example here, I create a function that I call outer function. Inside it, I have a string outer var, a variable called outer var. It has value outer as a string, and I have two inner functions, inner function 1 and inner function 2. And what they do, they have both of them have an inner variable each, inner 1, inner 2. And what I do here, I just print out that variable basically. And then from now outside the inner functions, and I'm still inside the outer function, I call inner function 2, as you can see here. So if I run that and then call outer function, as you can see, I print out the value of inner variable 2. And if I'd like to print out the variable of outer variable, I should be able to access it because it's in the parent function of this function. So if I do that and then run again, I see outer, but I should not and I will not be able to see and use this variable, which is declared inside inner function 1 from inner function 2, because these are two separate and independent functions. As you can see, I get an error here, right? Let's get back to inner variable 2. Run, and then we get inner 2. So this is the idea of scoping. This variable is only accessible from inside this function. Likewise for this variable, whereas this variable, because it's in the parent function, then we can access it from both functions. One interesting thing about these inner functions is that they are freshly created or redefined each time the outer function is called. So each time I call the outer function here, these two functions are created every time I call that function. After that, after this function call finishes, they are destroyed or removed. There's a really nice feature about functions in Python, and that is functions are objects. What that means is we can pass them as arguments, or we can actually store them in variables and also call them, and they also have attributes and so on and so forth. But we're not going to be explaining that in this video. We'll do that in another video, so I'm going to stop here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.